Hi everyone, my name is Mitch McMahon, Stormwater Utility Manager with Saskatoon Water. Today I'm going to present an overview on the flood control strategy and the dry storm pond project planned in Weaver District Park beginning next year. Saskatoon Water is responsible for the execution of the flood control strategy, which began in 2019 and will be completed by 2028. Over the next few minutes, I'll explain the flood control strategy as well as historical flooding in the Weaver Park area. I'll introduce the dry pond project, identify the work areas, and let you know what to expect while work is happening. At the end, I will leave you with options to contact us with further questions or concerns. We will also be holding a public engagement event later this fall. Area residents will receive a flyer once a date has been determined. Now I will summarize what the flood control strategy is and how it relates to the Weaver Park Dry Storm Pond project. The flood control strategy was initiated in 2014 after significant rain events occurred within the city. The early work included several modeling studies of the most at-risk flood locations within Saskatoon. Many of the most at-risk flood locations experienced significant rainstorms in July and August of 2017, which caused flooding and property damage. City Council then asked City Administration to identify a flood mitigation strategy and funding options to address flooding in various parts of the city. The strategy, known as the Flood Control Strategy, was approved by City Council in 2018. In 2019, the federal government approved the funding application through the Disaster Mitigation and Adaptation Fund of 40% of the estimated construction cost to execute 9 projects to address flooding in at least 10 of the most at-risk flood locations within Saskatoon. The total Government of Canada contribution is approximately $21.6 million. Our first project, which included construction of a dry storm pond project at W.W. Ashley District Park, is now substantially complete, with the park area planned to be open to the public this fall. Our second project, which includes construction of a dry storm pond at Churchill Neighborhood Park, is currently ongoing, with the park area planned to be opened to the public in the fall of 2023. The following slides will discuss the upcoming project at Weaver Park, which will be the third of the 9 projects to be completed as part of the flood control strategy. A picture of the flooding adjacent to Dufferin Avenue from this year's June 20th rain event is shown on the image on this slide, which highlights the need for this project. Flooding in the Avalon neighborhood has been occurring for decades. The main reason for flooding in the area is due to the design standards that were in place at the time of neighborhood development, causing capacity issues of the storm sewer. Design standards were changed in 1989, accounting for increased levels of runoff to be drained through the storm sewer infrastructure network. Neighborhoods are now developed with major system stormwater storage through wet and dry ponds, which were not used for stormwater management when this neighborhood was developed. Known flooding occurs at the intersections of Cascade Street and Dufferin Avenue and Butte Street and Dufferin Avenue. At these intersections, as many as 26 buildings experience flooding, with many other properties experiencing some level of ponding during significant rainstorms. Flood images of buildings at these intersections from the June 2022 rain event are shown in these 2 pictures. Administration presented the feasibility study and concept plan of the dry storm pond and upgraded stormwater infrastructure for Weaver Park to the City Council in April of 2022. The dry storm pond project was approved by Council and will help mitigate flooding for the previously mentioned intersections. This is the current design concept plan for the dry pond in Weaver Park. The dry pond will be constructed in the north side of Weaver Park. The light green lines show the new storm sewer infrastructure that will be constructed along the east side of the park from Roos Street East to the southeast corner of the dry pond, and also from the northwest corner of the pond to East Lake Avenue. The dry pond will fill through the pipe installed in the southeast corner of the pond and drain through the pipe in the northwest corner of the pond that runs toward East Lake. The design also includes a sports field to be constructed outside of the pond area, north of the existing playground area. The red circles within the dry pond footprint show trees that will be removed for dry pond construction. Replacement trees will be planted as part of the project. The construction schedule will be finalized once the project contract has been tendered and awarded in the winter of 2022-2023. The project will be completed in 4 general phases. The first phase will be pond excavation. The next phase will be storm sewer infrastructure construction and rear lane paving. The third phase will be landscape construction, and the final phase will be landscape maintenance. The work zones for the project will include the north side of Weaver Park, which will be the site of the new dry pond. Additionally, storm sewer infrastructure upgrades will be constructed along segments of Cascade Street, Dufferin Avenue, Butte Street, Royal Avenue, and the south side of Weaver Park, connecting the intersections of Cascade Street and Dufferin Ave and Butte Street and Dufferin Ave to the new dry pond in Weaver Park. 2 segments of rear lanes in the 2400 block and 2500 block of Dufferin Avenue are also planned to be paved in this project. The preliminary work areas are shown on the next slide. This slide shows a preliminary construction map for the Weaver Park Dry Storm Pond project. This map shows the construction area for the work phases that are described in the next few slides. The first phase will be the excavation of the dry storm pond. Construction will likely start around February 2023. Winter excavation was previously completed for the W.W. Ashley District Park Dry Storm Pond and the Churchill Neighborhood Park Dry Storm Pond projects and went very well for both projects. Some advantages of winter excavation include limiting the amount of construction traffic in summer months, managing dust conditions, and increasing the amount of landscape construction that can be completed in the regular construction season, which will decrease the amount of time required for landscape maintenance and sod establishment once the construction is complete. The picture on this slide is the W.W. Ashley District Park Dry Storm Pond, which was excavated and completed in April 2021. For comparison, the side slopes are more gradual for the dry pond at Weaver Park compared to the image of the W.W. Ashley dry pond. The Weaver Park dry pond will have approximately 37,000 cubic meters of soil removed. The pond depth will range from 4 meters to 6 meters. As mentioned, the dry storm pond side slopes will be varying, though gradual, and designed to City of Saskatoon standards. The next phase of the project will be the storm sewer infrastructure upgrades and rear lane paving, which will start in the regular construction season around May 2023. The updated storm infrastructure will include new storm pipe segments under roadways and connecting to the new dry pond. The left image shows the storm pipe extending to the dry pond side slope at Churchill Park, which is similar to what is planned for the Weaver Park project. The right image from the W.W. Ashley Park project shows an example of storm pipe installation under the roadway. The rear lane paving work will include regrading and laying asphalt on the 2 affected alleys. Timing of the rear lane paving and storm infrastructure construction under roadways will be coordinated so that access to properties is maintained to the extent possible throughout construction. The third phase of the project will be the landscape construction. This will include sod, trees, irrigation, and other potential landscape features. Landscape construction will occur in the regular construction season of May to October 2023, adjacent to the storm sewer construction in the area. The final phase of the project will be landscape maintenance, which will occur from approximately 1 year after phase 3 is complete. The dry pond will be out of service in 2024 until final completion is granted. The exact date the dry pond will be open to the public is dependent on the construction progress and will be communicated to the public when known. An image of the landscaping completed at W.W. Ashley Dry Pond is shown on this slide for reference of an existing dry pond in the city. This slide summarizes the 4 phases discussed in the previous slides. Exact dates and schedules will be communicated in 2023 once the project contract has been awarded, but the preliminary schedule for the project will be the following. Phase 1, excavation will be completed in the winter from February to April 2023. Phase 2, storm sewer infrastructure upgrades and rear lane paving will be completed from May to September in the regular construction season of 2023. Phase 3, landscape construction will occur between May to October in the regular construction season of 2023. Phase 4, landscape maintenance will be completed once construction has been completed. This duration of the landscape maintenance phase will depend on construction progress made in 2023, but will be approximately 1 year in length and will extend into 2024. We will now discuss what the project will look like. Some of the general details are the following. Number 1, The dry storm pond will be constructed in the north side of Weaver Park. Number 2, a smaller 65-meter by 25-meter multi-purpose field will be constructed between the pond and the playground area. The bottom of the pond will not have a designated sports field, but will serve as an informal recreational area. Number 3, the east side of the pond will be suitable for winter toboggan use with a height of almost 6 meters between the street elevation and the pond bottom. Number 4, the design is being completed to limit the number of trees to be removed due to the dry pond construction. The perimeter trees along Hillard Street East and the east side of the park will remain as is. 24 trees currently located along the west side and interior of the Weaver Park are planned to be removed for the dry pond and pipe construction. Replacement trees will be incorporated into the landscape design of the project. Number 5, the existing playground area and the large multi-purpose field in the south side will remain as is. Both areas are expected to remain open to the public throughout construction of this project, though there potentially may be some disruptions. Additionally, information regarding potential disruptions will be communicated to the public closer to construction. In the next few slides, we will review current renderings of the dry storm pond design. This slide displays the existing conditions at Weaver Park. This image can be used as a reference to compare against the upcoming design renderings. This rendering shows the proposed design of the dry storm pond. On the design plan, the number 1 shows the location of the inlet structure that will fill the pond during rain events. The number 2 on the image shows the location of the outlet structure which will drain the pond. The design will include a multi-purpose field constructed between the pond and the playground structure. This rendering shows what the pond would look like during and immediately after a significant rain event. If conditions allow it, the multi-purpose field between the pond and the playground could be used while the dry pond was in use for stormwater management. The final landscape design is still in progress, which will include new tree plantings and potentially other park amenities to be added to the park through this project. I will now summarize how the pond will function. Stormwater will fill into the pond from the southeast inlet pipe and drain out of the pond from the northwest outlet pipe to be installed within the dry pond side slopes. At peak water level, the pond depth will be 2.1 meters or 6.9 feet. To reach the peak water level, the pond will fill in approximately 130 minutes during a significant rain event. It will take approximately 70 minutes to fill the pond to 90% capacity during a significant rain event. When an intense rain starts, there will be a small lag time period of 25 minutes before storm water starts entering the dry pond through the inlet pipe. After this significant rainstorm, the pond will drain in approximately 9 hours from full capacity. During smaller rain events, stormwater will enter the dry pond and then drain afterwards. The depth of water for a storm expected to occur every 2 years is 0.6 meters or 2 feet. The depth of water for a storm expected to occur every 5 years is 1.4 meters or 4.6 feet. Safety of the public and users of the Weaver Park Dry Pond is the highest priority of the design team. Administration is considering safe access in and out of the dry pond, signage to explain how it works, and potential ways to further educate the public and nearby residents on how the pond functions. Warning signs, shown on the left of this image, will be installed along the perimeter of the pond to warn the public to not enter the pond when it contains stormwater. Additionally, more detailed informational signs similar to the image on the right will be installed at select locations around the Weaver Park Dry Storm Pond after construction is complete. If you would like to propose suggestions for the landscape design of this project, please contact us. Contact details are provided on the next slide. All feedback is subject to review by the design team and will only be executed if they fit into the overall landscape plan of the project and within budget. We are committed to providing the best overall product to the community while reducing the flood risk for many property owners in this area. We would appreciate landscape feedback from the community to potentially be incorporated into this project. We hope that this presentation has answered some of the questions you may have had about the flood control strategy and the upcoming Weaver Park Dry Pond project. If not, or if you have any concerns, please contact us either by phone or email, and we will make sure to get the information to you. Also, if you haven't done so already, Please subscribe to bi-weekly updates for this project. Construction updates will start in early 2023 before construction starts. We will be in contact in the near future with the information regarding the fall 2022 public engagement event for this project. Thank you for watching.